Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really fun...
Why? Because I went like this, but you didn't even introduce me or anything. It's just like... Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a guest with me. This is my middle daughter, Lisa. I've spoken about her quite a bit. She is not only my middle daughter, but she is my employee for eBay. She works for me between 5 and 8 hours a week, 10 hours a week sometimes. And Lisa is a full-time landscaper. She owns a business and she's married and has a daughter, and she makes time to not only edit all of my eBay photos now, but she has jumped into editing my YouTube. So thank you so much.
Of course.
Because if it was left up to me, I would just never edit them. You guys would see even more mistakes than you currently see. So I'm really glad to be making this video with her. We have a really great relationship. She is Fresh's younger sister. They grew up together in bunk beds for their childhood. And yeah, so how do you feel about being on my channel?
A little nervous. Very awkward. Very shy.
Don't look at me. Don't look at her. But we have, like I said, a lot of fun together. And today we thought we'd make a video explaining how Lisa came to help me out for my desire to level up. So as many of you know, I am a single full-time seller. I worked before Lisa started helping me out on my own. So I was doing all the photo taking, all the editing, all the everything. And I think it happened that one day you dropped by and I was measuring clothing. And we were having tea together.
We actually started measuring clothing together back when we lived on Long Island.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
We did, that's
Up
right.
in one of the guest bedrooms.
I forgot
You would
about
just
that.
be, working away, and I'd come in and just sit in the armchair, and you'd hand me the pen and paper. And
yeah, and you
That
would
was
write
it.
down the measurements, and and then I roped her into all of this craziness. So presently, like I said, Lisa comes in for about 5 hours once a week. That's always a definite. And she comes after one of her landscaping clients, and she takes the photos of clothing or Hardgoods is pretty much me still at this point, right? You do some Hardgoods.
Clothing is pretty much easier for me to do. Hardgoods, the measuring, it's pretty much, the height and the length, but also the weighing. The weighing's a little bit different for me. Clothing, I know how to round up and then add 3, how we always weigh it, so that way when we need to ship out, we're not, I guess, being charged more.
Yeah, you don't get caught. So
Yes.
what Lisa's describing is when we weigh an item, say it's this man's pair of shorts, say it weighs 12 ounces. In the listing, we will put 14 ounces so that when we package it, it accounts for the weight of our poly mailer, our tissue paper, and our label. So we never get caught paying overage.
Right. But for Hardgoods, weighing Hardgoods is a little bit different because it's a little bit harder for me to guess or to judge how much something is going to cost when my mom ships it out. So doing it so many times every single day, my mom is able to calculate right away when she sees it how much packing is going to need, what box it's going to go into, if it can go into a poly mailer or, a flat rate.
Exactly. That's exactly right. There's a set formula for clothing.
Yes.
That we always know
which
to
is
add 2 ounces because that's what the packaging is going to. But because the packaging for Hardgoods is always different. Like, let's take this Santa, this vintage Santa I found. Let's say he weighs 5 pounds. I would put 8 pounds in the listing because I know all the bubble wrap, tissue paper, packing peanuts, the box itself a lot of times can almost weigh a pound. So that's something that you learn over time, but you're jumping into everything I'm doing.
Right, and when you're not the one shipping every single day, you don't have that hands-on experience to just know right away, okay, this we're going to add 3 pounds because of everything that goes on.
Right. But recently, as many of you know, I got to vacation for 2 weeks, which was just glorious. I laid on the beach a lot and laid on the couch a lot, which not really a couch layer, but and Lisa filled in. I put my whole store on a 3-day handling time instead of the normal one. I did not turn on vacation settings, and Lisa came into the house 3 days a week, right? You were coming in Monday,
Wednesday, and Friday
to ship out for me. So you're a shipping pro now.
Well, We did a lot of FaceTiming when it came to shipping hard goods.
But you did a great job. So
Thanks.
appreciative.
Of course.
So one of the main points I wanted to cover in this video for everybody is how a single person selling on a platform can level up. That's what the focus of this is going to be. So there are different ways that people that sell online can level up, whether it be just increase the time they're putting in every week. Another way is hiring an employee, and that's what we're talking about today. So finding an employee that you trust, that is able to produce enough work to, what do I want to say, not compensate, but to justify the profit that you're going to make. A lot of times when you hire somebody, you won't see a big increase in your profit. What you do see, hopefully, is a big increase in your time. And then the time that you gain by having an employee, that's where you're going to make up your profit.
Right.
So it's not that you're making my profit, I'm now having a little more free time to make extra income. Does that make sense? Am I saying that right?
I think what she has more time to do is to source more. So that way you're able to accrue the items to list.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
will bring the extra money.
Yes, I'm listing a
time-wise.
lot more now that I have you to
Right.
photograph. Yes.
Right.
So I will go out thrifting on, say, a Tuesday. I'll spend my whole Tuesday thrifting. I will bring home, I never know what I'm bringing home. It's all craziness. A lot of times I'm bringing home more clothing than hard goods. So when Lisa comes in on Wednesday for that 5 hours, there are whole racks like behind me. This is a small rack, but there will be 2 full racks. And Lisa will go through the items. A lot of times she separates out what needs my attention, and then she goes into, the night before I've steamed everything and prepared everything, but she goes into photographing and measuring and putting piles right by my desk, which has just been so nice. So thank you so much.
Of course.
Just sitting down at my desk and being all ready to go is just great. Like after we film this video, Lisa will actually be photographing these items, and this will be by my desk. So tomorrow morning I will, or probably even tonight after I come home, I'm going out with a friend for dinner, so that's always fun. I will be listing what's on this rack behind me. So every day listing, 6 days a week, pretty much no matter what happens, we get listings on. But so what else do we want to talk about? I'm gonna take a drink of my water.
Pretend tea.
We were gonna make cups of tea because we do tea a lot together, and it's like 98 degrees here today, if not hotter. So we said we'll drink ice water. I know some sellers who hire an employee, a worker, to come in. The biggest thing they're trying to do is free their own time, because time is money. And you can only produce so much in the time that one seller has.
Right.
So anytime you give yourself more hours, that's where you're going to gain the ability to make more money. Even if you're able to source at a little bit higher price point, you're not going to make the profit compared to hiring somebody and gaining that 5 hours, that 7 hours, that 10 hours. Some people pay, some sellers I know pay by the item. So say Lisa's our photographer and I want her to photograph this handbag for me. Some sellers pay by the item. They'll say, okay, I will pay you $1 for 6 photos.
Right.
And the person is instructed what kind of photos they need. Sometimes the employee is editing those photos, sometimes they're not. It all depends what works for you. Some sellers actually drop their items off to an employee that's not on site. So they gather laundry baskets or IKEA bags, they put, say, 50 items, it gets dropped off at the house, and the employee photographs everything and the items are returned back to the seller, if I'm explaining that correctly. Sometimes you know the person and you're able to have them come into your house, which is just so much smoother in my opinion, so much nicer. And the third way is virtual assistant, which that's a video for another day. Today we're just talking about having assistants or employees that you're directly dealing with. You're seeing them in person. The second way, of course, is paying per hour, and that's the relationship that Lisa and I have, because Lisa can pump out the photos very quickly. So it probably is better for me that I pay you by hour. What do you think? Would you make more money by piece. How many, let's put it this way, in
Okay.
5 hours, how many items do you think you're photographing? I should really know this.
With or without us talking?
Lisa gets a lot more done when I'm not home. Let's just say it that way.
I think it truly depends on the assistant,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
What's
how,
better for them, and
How quick they are, or
I think if you are going to be dropping off at somebody else's house, it probably pays to, I guess, pay by the piece.
I agree. I agree.
So that
Yeah.
way, you know, they can take as long as they need, as long as it's within the deadline of what you're, you know, expecting.
Yes, exactly.
And then that way they can take all night if they need to, but then you're not being caught with being overcharged.
Yeah, because if that person, let's say she's a stay-at-home mom and she has children, if you have an agreement with her by the hour and you pay her for 5 hours,
Right.
you don't really know if that 5
Right.
hours is solely committed to the task at hand. But by piece, I would say that probably does work out, where you drop off 50 pieces and say,
Right.
okay, I'll come pick up the 50 pieces the day after tomorrow.
Right.
So that, you know, but with having an employee that you know that works really well, as long as I don't talk too much, imagine that. Lisa gets a lot done. I'm going to say you probably accomplish 50 items, but that 50 items is photographing them, logging them in the book, because all of my items are logged, and measuring them. And we won't say what I pay Lisa for her time, but she has a business. She has a landscaping business. She's very, you're able to earn high money, so I know what I have here. So for me, it definitely pays to pay more than the $10 hour rate. We'll say it that way, right?
Yeah. And I think when my mom first started, when you moved into this house, I should say,
Okay.
you had me coming over to do your landscaping, mowing the lawn, weeding the gardens, planting, the trimming, everything that involves with my normal business.
Yes.
But because you wanted me to switch over to eBay
Okay.
and you hired somebody else to do your lawn, I think for our relationship, and because I did start landscaping for you,
Yes.
to be able to transition into
Yes.
the eBaying part.
Yeah, I didn't want her to be
Right.
losing money,
Right.
because her time, she could have been serving another client making that money. So that's absolutely right, yeah, yeah. So I guess part 2 of this video will just be showing a few things so that we keep this reseller related, besides how to level up as a single seller. To recap, I think the most important thing is, if you're ready and it works for you, to try to hire part-time help. And that's going to facilitate freeing up your time, because you know how to source and you can apply yourself to jobs that are going to bring more money.
Well, also, what my mom had said before this video started, we sat down and started to discuss what we wanted this video to be about. And I think what the main part of what you had said was that whatever job, whatever task I should say, in the whole reselling field that you, I guess you said you didn't like doing, or
Yeah.
you didn't.
Yeah, like photographing is not one of my favorite things. I mean, I do it and just buck up and do it, but that time that it takes to photograph, somebody else could be doing that and I could be sourcing or listing or doing something that's going to produce more income.
Right, and also that you don't get tired of having to do the task that you're not overly fond of.
I'm not fond of any of the tasks
Except
the
shopping.
We all know that. We all love to source. But if you have death piles, get them listed. Because summer slowdown, which I think is a thing, is almost over. My sales, I sold 16 things yesterday and they were all decent profits. So, so to all of you, I say in love, don't have death piles. Get your stuff listed, because there's money to be made.
I remember when my sister had a death pile, and she said,
did?
it is just sitting there. I don't know if she called it a death pile, but it was all black pants. She had a pile of black pants, and every day I would text her and be like, how are the black pants going? So finally she's like, okay, I just did it. I got them listed, and they're all done.
If you know that something, you know yourself, if you know something's going to become a death pile, don't source it. Don't buy it just to bring it home. Use the money for something else. I mean, who wants to list 20 pairs of black pants? Ugh, not me. Black clothing is hard, is so, I don't gravitate. A lot of times if there's like a whole Goodwill rack of black sweaters, yeah, I don't even
Probably black dresses, I would say.
are the hardest or the
No,
least?
I would say are what you pick up the most of when it comes to the black clothing section.
Okay.
Just because black dresses do sell.
Oh, black clothing sells. It's just, in my opinion, hard to photograph. It's very hard to make it look pretty. But you're right, black dresses are probably better than like black pants or sweaters with all of the lint, all the shade. But all right, so we're just going to do a quick haul video. This is just a little bit of hard goods that I picked up whatever day. Today is Friday, so I sourced Tuesday and Wednesday this week, right? Tuesday and Wednesday.
Did you go out yesterday?
Did I go out yesterday?
I feel like you said you were going out, but I don't know if you did.
I have no brain left. You would think I'd be all refreshed from vacation. My mind is still in vacation mode. But a short thank you quick thank you to all of you for messaging me. If you'd like to contact me or ask questions, I have provided my email down below. Some of you have been really sweet using my eBay messaging system, which eBay frowns on that. So if you would, please use lavenderclothesline@gmail.com, and I will try my best to write back. Lately, I've been getting hundreds of messages, so but I do have a desire to know what you guys are doing and touch base with you, so I will leave that link down below. We got to remember to put that link in, and that's all me. I'm supposed to be putting the links in, and yeah, I fall short sometimes. But anyway, all right, getting started. The first thing we will show is a handbag, which is not really a hard good, but this is Vera Bradley, which you guys know I don't pick up a lot of Vera Bradley. I feel the market is saturated. Not to say you can't make profit, you can, but I tend to pick up the solid colors. So I've just listed this, I've put Christmas in the title, and it's beautiful. It's
I
really
like that
nice
it's a print on the inside.
Yes, makes it a little bit more fun. But the best seller for me in Vera Bradley are the black bags, solid black quilted bags, especially if it has the kiss clasp, the two little bauble things.
Right.
Those bring very good money. I've sold Vera Bradley black bags, I'm going to say close to the $100 mark. I think that was new without tags or barely used. So the solid colors are what I have a tendency to pick up. I paid, what did I pay for this? I think I paid $4.97. I took the sticker off, pretty sure $4.97. And I put this on for way too much money as usual, and I will probably get around the $30 to $35 mark, I'm guessing. So super cute. It is adjustable strap. We can cut all this out if this is no good. And that's the first item. I'm gonna just throw it on the chair over there. The next item, since we're doing handbags, we'll just go right into is Sackroots, Sakroots. Sackroots has a following of sorts. People like Sackroots bags. When I see them, I pick them up. Some bring more than others. Sometimes they have like a waxed cotton feel. They almost feel like plastic. I think that's waxed cotton. I think that's what it's called. Or there's another word, vinyled cotton. I'll have to check on that. And this is just a cloth bag. This is it linen? I think it actually has a label, which you can read for me. What is that made out of? Jute? Is it one of the jute bags?
Cotton. 45% cotton, 55% jute, yes.
Okay, so this is a jute, which jute is like rope, isn't it? It's a fiber. Sackroots. So again, I paid $4.97 for this, and I have no idea what I put this on for. You can look at my store. I'm thinking probably about the $30 mark for this, so we shall see. If you'd like to see what I'm actually selling my items for, I post quite often, at least once a day or every other day on my Instagram, Lavender Clothesline, and that's where I kind of report back to you guys. I'm not reporting everything naturally because so much sells. Like all the normal bread and butter mall brands I don't talk about, but know that I sell those also. It's only when something's unusual or I think it's a bolo, a good find, be on the lookout. That's when I post over on Instagram. So you can see what I'm actually making on items.
And I think we have the Instagram link down below.
Linked down below.
Yes.
Okay, we're trying to get our act together. This is all me for getting links together. So selling on eBay, selling on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and a fun announcement, Lisa and I are just getting ready to form another business in antique booth type of business.
Furniture.
Furniture. Is that what we're saying?
That's what the business card says.
Yeah. All the stuff we don't want to sell or ship on eBay. Well, you're not selling on eBay. Lisa has sold on eBay a little bit. She's played around with it too, but we both love home goods and design elements.
And I think that's what our business card says. Furniture and housewares, home goods.
I have no idea.
Okay.
And what is our name? Wandering
The Wayward Goat.
the Wayward Goat. So that's going to be our new business venture because we both have so much free time. But I'm excited to work with this girl on that level.
Yeah.
That's going to be lots of fun. Lisa has a truck, so we're going to be picking up all kinds of craziness. And
It
I'll
would
be
be
cheap.
nice not to have to ship anything.
Yes, yes. We won't get the kind of money they can get on eBay. I don't expect, but there's no extra fees. We will pay rent per month.
Right.
But yeah, so that's going to be, I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. So yeah, so that is that. The next item is this crazy Santa who has a bell and he has a music box. It's not really a music box because he's ceramic. What would we call that? Music box, right? Because the box is in there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see. Can we wind them up?
Yeah,
Will
we'll
it
do
play
that at
too
the
much?
end, probably. So this is put out by Atlantic Mold Company. Atlantic Mold Company, I believe, was really popular in the 60s. And you got the molded piece and you purchased the paints of what color you wanted to paint your item with. Some of them are very well done. Some of them are horrifically awful. I used to have photos that I would see in the thrift store of really badly painted ones. I'm not quite sure where I was taking pictures of them. But this Santa is just so sweet. And I have listed him. He looks a little washed out in this lighting. So we'll see how he does. And I want to wind him up. And name that tune. See who can name that tune. It's a little off.
Is it a little slow?
Yeah.
It's a little
Well, maybe we have to wind him up more.
I don't want to wind up.
Let's overwind him. And I've already listed him and said he works, but I think I mentioned he might be a little. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? Okay, sing. You still often call him names?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, now how are we going to shut him off?
Do you want me to go put him in a different room?
So we make Santa disappear. We're gonna have to make him disappear because I don't think there's any turning him off. So the next item is Lisa always corrects me because I say the next item are, and it's two things. I have no speech pattern left or speech ability. Brass bookends. Brass bookends can bring very good money or just okay money. These are kind of the I'm expecting to get about $20 to $25 for them, and I paid $297. That's wrong. $250 for the set. So I picked them up. Nautical ships. To me, a lot of times I pick something up if they're in decent enough condition, if I can get some quick money out of them, and if there's enough keywords. Keywords are king for me. If I can fill that 80 characters on the eBay title with words that are highly sought after, nautical, ships, sailing, all those things, I have a tendency to pick them up because an item will only sell if it's viewed. The more people that view the item, the quicker you're going to find your buyer. So if you get something that doesn't have popular sought after keywords, it's going to be a little bit harder to sell the thing. You're going to have to really wait for that person to.
And I know a lot of people, a lot of your viewers and comments are, how do you choose keywords?
Oh, yes,
That's one of the big questions that everybody seems to be commenting below when my mom does post things like this.
Yeah. Some keywords are just my crazy made up words, and some keywords I'm stealing other people's. So when you run comps, go into solds, look at the title of the one that's sold because that was found by somebody in the search. So steal keywords, that's my official advice. Go in, comp your item, and look at the titles and see what words other people or other sellers are using. That's the way to learn. And then after a while, it just becomes memorized because you've sold this thing before. So sailing ships, did I say? I said I'm probably going to get 20 to 25 for those maybe. Okay. This next item, which you get to hold. Now, what would you have thought that was? If you
I don't know. Even when I saw it on Instagram, when you posted it, I had no idea because it was, can they say that? It was on the shelf like this.
Yes.
And I had no idea what this was.
Yeah. So when I saw this, it was on a shelf. This is me shopping. I'm shopping. I see him. I pick him up. I put him in my cart. I do look to see if he has chips. I have no idea what this thing is. But have you seen this before? This is not a common thing. And a lot of people are creeped out by stuff like this. Nothing like this creeps me out. I don't, that whole, what do they call it? Evil mojo or whatever. Whatever. To me, it's all about the profit. You know it. But this turns out to be an ashtray. And it can actually fit a cigarette, or I don't know that a full cigar would fit in his mouth because that's a little narrow. But, and then the smoke comes out his nose. I just think that's great. I have a weird sense of what's great. But he has a bumblebee on his nose. And there are actually other ones that have sold. And on the bottom it says, to Joe from Edna. So I don't want to know about their relationship. That Edna gave Joe a creepy face ashtray, but very cool, vintage. And what did I put him on for? I'm thinking I put him high. I'm gonna guess 48. I don't even remember. So there's that. The next item that I picked up, which I don't pick up a lot of china anymore, is this little dish. I'm not exactly sure what this little dish is for. What do you think the original purpose of this dish would be?
Was it a sugar bowl?
It could be, but a lot of times the sugar bowls have
Has a
this
little
spoon
spoon.
cut out. Yeah, which I don't know that that's always the case, but I felt this quality was good. When you pick up china time after time, you can feel the quality. It's almost like the material is thin, but it's heavy. So if that makes sense. When it's thin and it's very light, a lot of times it's made in China and it's newer. When it is thick and it's heavy, it's more like stoneware. It's not as finely made. That's a general rule I go by. There's always exceptions. This is made in England, and this floral pattern is chintz. That's what I call it, C-H-I-N-T-Z, right?
That sounds right.
I'm not quite sure where I learned that or if it applies, but I will use that as a keyword, chintz. I put this on, I'm going to say yesterday. I already have questions about it and people wanting to know about it. And this is Summertime is the pattern. It does have light crazing, and it does have a very tiny chip somewhere. I'll look for the chip. I don't have my glasses on.
Right here.
Yeah, so that's a little bigger than a flea bite. There are actual little names to the sizes of chips. I usually describe it so the person knows about how big the chip is. I'll say 2 or 3 times the size of a pinhead. It's just a general loose, I'll say approximately. I use approximately a lot with china so that you kind of cover your bases. But this is made in England and it is Royal Winton, W-I-N-T-O-N. So I think I have 48 on this dish and I paid $3.97. So that was a good little find. And the last hard good item is this marble plaque. I saw a couple of these. I've never found this before, but horses are a thing. People love horses, so a lot of times I go by the subject material. I knew that this was marble by touching it. It's cool. Marble stays cool to the touch. And this is made by Montana Marble Incorporated. You could read it too. That's a good idea. Mother's Love. It's a horse and a baby horse. And the date is right on it, 1991. I love when everything is right there of what it is. Every item should be that way. Yeah, so you don't have to do all this research. Just tell us what you made. If you created a whole company to make these, just say what it is. But made in the USA. So I picked this up. This I paid $1.97 for. I did clean it up a little bit. It had some marks. I very gently used rubbing alcohol to get the schmutz off, and it worked well. I always test it on the edge with a Q-tip to see that the cleaning agent I'm using is okay for it. And yeah, so I didn't get a lot of hard goods this week. I did get probably more clothing and shoes. I will go through the clothing behind me quickly so you can see what kind of brands I'm picking up. But mostly, guys, you know me, I'm picking up mall brands. Once in a while I find really finely made clothing, handmade clothing. I love hand-knitted sweaters when they're really good, fisherman sweaters, things like that. Something that's very English looking catches my attention. What you would picture back in the day, people wore in England, elbow patches, classic clothing. So yeah. So do you want to stick around for clothing? You want to do clothing with me? Oh, one segment we should do is what not to buy. Why I buy ugly things. Should we do that?
Should we get the picture?
Yes. So this first picture is of a young man, and it's not signed. It's very, very aqua. I must have been having a weird day because I have no idea of why I picked it up. I would normally not put this in the cart. I saw this. I think what triggered it is a couple of days prior, I had been online and somehow I was looking up artwork and I saw a lot of listings of this type of thing. They were much better than this. So I saw this and I threw it in my cart. I'm probably never going to be able to sell this because, and I actually titled it like Moody Depressed Boy. Yeah, because doesn't everybody want to buy a young moody depressed boy portrait? I have no idea. But you know me, I don't get rid of anything. I will hold on to this probably till I die. And you'll get to inherit it. So here is one in a series called What Not to Buy. Do not buy what I buy. And yeah, so that was number one. And we actually have a number two. Are you ready for this? You guys are going to love this. Like, what in the world? Why did she pick this up? The next one is, I think this is a yarn needlepoint vintage ship picture. Now I think it was the ship that threw me off because people do love, you know, they're very into sailing and ships. But I don't even have words. I don't think this is gonna sell. This was probably sold as a kit, and back in the day, women were, this is just about the frame. Who does that say, Fran?
Frida R. Hess.
Okay, so Frida Hess made this back in
1980, December of 1980.
December, maybe a Christmas present for a loved one, but I truly don't have words, which is so rare for me. Like, why did I buy this? I don't even think this is attractive, but this went in my cart. So know that all of my finds are not, you know, terribly wonderful. Once in a while, not too often, thank God, but once in a while, I pick stuff up like this.
I think it's the whole nautical theme.
Is that what threw me off? But
Yeah.
would you buy this?
No.
No. Right?
I don't know why they used green for the water.
I got nothing. That's all I'm going to say. That's my defense. I got nothing. I was having an off moment. So maybe you like this. If you'd like this, shoot me a message and make me an offer. And I'll be glad to send this lovely ship embroidered needlepoint picture to you. Okay, shall we stand up and do clothing really quick? We'll take turns doing clothing. You can describe and I can describe? Or you don't want to do that? We'll just try it. You can cut it. I'm forcing her. Come on, it's gonna be fun. Lisa's whole life, we've always lived fairly close to each other. We walk together, we drink tea together, we're just super, super close. And I have talked her into a lot of things in life, and she has talked me into. So one of us will take on like this huge project and say, come on, it's gonna be fun. And somehow we talk each other into. So what kind of things have we done? Well, we did the great baking project, where we decided, because we loved baking, we were going to bake, ready for this, for the whole town.
This was before we decided to.
This is before I was selling. No, I was selling at this point. I wasn't selling as much. Before we moved. Before we moved. So we were on Long Island. We loved baking. We loved critiquing baking. That's what that was about. We would get cookbooks and go online and watch baking shows and say, oh, we could so do that better.
And half the time we didn't even try the things we baked.
Yeah, we didn't eat a lot of what we baked. We're not big baked goods eater. But anyway, so 3 times a week, Lisa and I baked huge amount of stuff. So we'd go through all of these cookbooks. We'd pick like 5 recipes. We'd go out and get the ingredients. We'd come home, we'd bake all this stuff. And then we'd put together trays, right? You know, the silver scallopy trays with the big clear wrap with ribbons. And yeah, it was a thing. And then, ready for this? We would go to all of the businesses in our town and offer to give them free trays of baked goods in exchange. We're crazy. I don't know how we came up with this. It's almost embarrassing. In exchange for them critiquing the baking, the recipe. Not critiquing us. We didn't really, but what they thought of the recipe. We didn't do this once or twice. We did this for an entire summer. We must have baked.
We printed out forms. We handed out printed forms that had the baked good name on there.
Okay.
And then what they liked about it, what they didn't like about it. And then the next time we dropped off baked goods, we'd collect those forms and give them new ones.
I don't even know why we were doing this. Why were
Because we wanted to open a cafe.
Oh, that was
one of our dreams.
Yeah. Until we realized how much work that was going to be. And just saying, I'm not that good a baker. Lisa can really bake. I'm going to try to insert photos if we have of some of her baked goods. Phenomenal. Really, really good. we probably, how many items do you think we baked?
Items meaning specific
Individual recipes.
Individual
Yeah.
recipes. All right. We had themes. So we went so every tray would have a theme to it. We did cheesecake bars, or it was just like bars.
Bars and brownies.
Bars and brownies.
Yes.
Cheesecakes. Cheesecakes. I forgot we did
Yes.
the whole cheesecakes.
Crumb cakes and coffee cakes.
I think
Yeah.
that was that the hardest?
You know, it's funny. We never did pies. We
don't do pies.
No pies for us.
Even for holidays, we don't do pies.
Yeah,
For ourselves, we
I
don't
like
bake.
pumpkin pie, but I just
You
eat the
don't
pumpkin. I don't
bake
eat the
it.
crust.
You
So
just
it's
pick
kind
it
of like
up.
pumpkin souffle. Yeah, yeah. What else did we bake? I can't tell you how many things we baked. Who had the best recipes? Who did we decide was one of the best? Because a lot of times we did people on Food Network. You know, they would.
Right.
We liked Ina.
And everything was from scratch.
Oh yeah,
So-
Ina Garten, is that how to say?
I think
Melissa?
hers were probably
Yeah, we decided Martha Stewart wasn't good. All of her
the
stuff.
only thing we
nothing-
use of hers is the gingerbread recipe.
Oh yeah, Martha
Which
Stewart's
is
got some
really
killer
good recipe.
gingerbread,
Even though
yeah.
there's 2 different gingerbread recipes that she has in her books.
Yes, yeah. We actually designed for a Christmas party at the
right.
house one year. We had a themed party, so now I'm really getting off track, called Come in Your Pajamas or Christmas in Your Pajamas. So my whole family came. There were about, 20 or 30 of us. Everybody wore their pajamas, which became a competition because that's our family. My ex-husband, who was my husband at the time, actually went into Chinatown in Manhattan to get pajamas. I'll just stop right there. And so Lisa and I made a gingerbread house designed after the house that we were living in, the house that we are home. And we actually did the window panes out of crushed Lifesavers. Did you guys know you can melt hard candy and pour it like glass? We made window panes.
I don't know if it was that or we did just sugar and water maybe
No,
to
I
get
think it was
clear?
crushed. No, it was all the yellow crushed
Okay.
Lifesavers.
I thought it was something else. But
It could have been. But anyway, so we did that. But back to the baking thing. So that was a project that we talked each other into jumping in. We did other things. Yeah, lots of other things. We made things. We painted. We lived in that house for about 12 years, 10 or 12 years.
Sounds about right.
And every room, it was a very large house, got painted 3 times. So we were very serious about painting. We both paint very well. Houses, not. I would have never picked that.
The depressed boy.
Yeah,
we might
yeah.
have been able to do.
Anybody wants a depressed boy, leave a comment down below. Poor little moody boy, that's fine. But you know, the back of that is actually nice. It's a nice canvas. It's got a good stretcher or whatever. It's not high quality, but it's not like stapled, so. Imagine if somebody is watching this and that's
and they
their
did it?
family member. He's so cute.
Buy him so he'll be happy again.
Yeah, he can come home. Yeah, Blue Boy needs to come home. That's the title of that. But okay, so we're going to stand up. We're going to go through clothing really quick and just give you guys a sneak peek of what I purchased. So I'm just going to jump on and show you what clothing I picked up. Recently, I have been getting pretty much an even mix of clothing and hard goods, and this is what I found this time. These are softball or baseball pants, men's pants. They were new in package. They came in a clear cello package, which when I pick up items from the thrift store that are in a clear cellophane package, I open the package to make sure that the item is not defective in any way. I don't want to just ship it out because I don't know if Under Armour deemed that there was something wrong with the pants. So these are 2 pairs that I picked up of men's baseball or softball pants. The label is Under Armour Authentic, and I picked these up for $4.50, and I haven't checked yet. I'm guessing between the $25 and $30 mark. The buyer almost always, 99% of the time, pays shipping with my items. The only time I offer free shipping is when something is more on the higher price side and very lightweight. So if I'm selling something for $200 or $300 and it weighs under a pound, I offer free shipping. So that's just the way I do things. The next item is a cold shoulder blouse. I found this at the very last minute when I was thrifting. This is Mine, M-I-N-E. This is an Anthro brand. Cold shoulder, navy blue and white, linen top. I wish this was my size. And it looks like it's new without tags, but I will call it pre-owned. And I paid $4.50 for this, and I'll probably get between $25 and $30. Anthro, in my opinion, unless it's something really bohemian and gorgeous looking, has lost a little bit of its desirability, maybe because the market is so flooded. People caught on to Anthropologie a couple of years ago, and the market really changed. But still a lot of the pieces are worth picking up, in my opinion. I judge on the actual name, the brand name, and I judge on the look of the item. Next up is a lightweight pair of cotton pants. This is Tommy Bahama. I believe these are men's. I think they might be pajama pants. Could be also beachy pants. That's how I'll market them. Lounge, pajama, beachy, all those words. I paid $2.50 for these, and I will price them right around the $25 to $30 mark. Next up is a Madras plaid. That's, you know what, this is not Madras plaid. Madras plaid is plaid that's done in patchwork. This looked like a Madras plaid quickly, but it is not. This is Abercrombie & Fitch, men's 34, just regular pair of shorts, really nice quality, a little bit on the thicker side, and I paid $4 for these, and I will sell these for the $30 mark. Okay, this next dress with its pockets hanging out, because I washed it, I haven't tucked the pockets back in yet, is Escapada. I'm not sure how to say that, guys. So if anybody knows how to pronounce that, Escapada, I'm gonna say. Super cute. Me and my super cute. To me, it has a 70s vibe. I might put that into the title. It's just a little sleeveless sundress. I paid $5.25 for this, which that might have been a little bit high for this. So I'll have to be careful with my spending, and I'm thinking the $25 mark for that. Next up is a men's hoodie, which is actually off its hanger because I had washed it and line dried it. And this is just a 1959 Ford. I don't know my cars, Ford something, Fairlane, I don't know what kind of car that is, but it's a men's hoodie. And I paid $2 for this, and I will price it probably at the $30 mark again. This was an interesting find. These are very heavy leather, suede leather shorts. German Lederhosen, something like that. I think this is meant for German festival, for German costume, cultural something. So I have to research this, as you can tell. And I paid $4.50 for these. The quality is there, really nice. I don't even know if these have, I don't see a size on them. So I will sell this by measurement. When an item is handmade or it doesn't have a size tag, I put the measurements in the actual title. So say I have a handmade dress, and say it's an Amish dress or a Mennonite dress and it's plain clothing, I will put, you know, handmade, homemade, Amish, Mennonite, cape dress, and then I put 43 bust and the length, usually the bust length for a dress in the title, so that a person shopping for it can just see right away if that's gonna fit them. So that's what I do, so that's what I'll do with these shorts if I don't find a size tag. Next item up is a favorite brand of mine, this Joie, J-O-I-E, Joie, we pronounce it. This is a silk cami top in like a dusty rose color. I thought this was really nice. I bought this for $4.50, and I will sell this probably for $35 to $40. This is a men's pair of shorts, Roca wear. I like these because the color was very vibrant. They don't seem to have been worn too much. They're a size 52, which is great. And I got these for $2.50, and I'll probably sell these again at the $30 mark. These are Miss Me jeans. I don't sell a lot of Miss Me jeans. I've slowed down on picking up women's jeans, and I've picked up the pace on selling men's jeans, or sourcing men's jeans, I should say. I sell probably, I'm gonna guess, 10 times more men's jeans than I do women's jeans. I don't know whether I'm just picking up the wrong women's jeans, or women really need to try on their jeans, and I'm a no return seller, so that might be a deterrent for them. These are Miss Me, which used to bring a lot more money, but I did pick these up. I thought the embellishment was really pretty. I paid $2.50 for these, and hoping for the $30 mark again. It's a little soccer jersey. I don't recognize the tag. It just says size small, Mexico. I did well with these jerseys. I got this for $2, and this will probably be $20 to $25. This I thought was really good. I'm not quite sure why I feel this is so good. This is a Jumpman sweatshirt. Look at the size on this. Very heavy, very good quality. It's a Jordan established 1985, I think that says. This is a 3 extra large. To me, I'm going to use beachy and all the words I use for something like this. It's a hoodie, it's a men's, and I paid $6.50 for this, and I'm hoping for the $40, if not higher. This is J. Crew. You all know I'm starting my 4th quarter sourcing. J. Crew Velvet Long Black Maxi Dress. This is a size 14. This is the J. Crew green tag, which I believe is a vintage. I'm not sure. It's probably not 30 years old, which that's the vintage qualification, but this is the older tag. So I paid $4 for this. It's in really great condition, really pretty for the holidays, and I will price this probably between $40 and $50. This men's shirt is a name I don't recognize. It is called Point One. I don't know that that's even a brand that's, people look for, but I thought the graphic was very good. And what did I pay for this? I paid $2.50. So this might sit for a while, but I'm convinced I could sell this. And yeah, that's all I got to say about this. Sometimes I just go purely by aesthetic, what I think people will be attracted to. This is Ralph Lauren, Polo Ralph Lauren for men, brand new with tag. Boxer shorts, I paid $1.50. Underwear of any kind has to be new, free to sell on eBay, with the exception of vintage. I believe vintage underwear can still be sold. I'm not positive about that, you want to check, but if you sell or trying to sell pre-owned underwear, bottoms, panties, they're going to take that off. There is no selling underwear, which we can still sell bathing suit bottoms, so I'm not sure what the disconnect is there. I think an eBay representative one time told me on the phone that was because people wore swimwear in a pool and they felt the chlorine sanitized it. Okay, that's all I got with that. Men's swim trunks. This is, I don't even know what name this is. This is Chaps? Nautica. This is Nautica. Strictly going by the print. Pretty soon a lot of the retail stores won't have as much swimwear in their stores. People going on vacation in September are still going to need swimsuits. I will still pick up swimsuits. I pick them up all year long. This is the Madras plaid print I was speaking about. So this plaid is considered Madras, M-A-D-R-A-S. This is, who is this? This is American Eagle, size 4, little skirt. I love Madras plaid. I think it's very fun, very attractive, and it has a bubble hem. A bubble hem is where the material is brought around to the lining and it creates a little bubble. So you want to put that in your title. People especially like bubble hem. They actually stick out a little bit, if that makes sense. They're not real puffy, but they don't lay completely flat on the body. This is Ted Baker, which I don't find a lot of Ted Baker. I once found, I think it was a Ted Baker blazer, and that I got really good money for. So I'm going to try this dress shirt. This was Ted Baker. Reverse cuff, when the cuff has a different print than what the body of the shirt has. You see that in Robert Graham shirts a lot. A few other companies are known for doing that. A lot of times the print is also inside the yoke or the collar. And Ted Baker. What did I pay for you, Ted Baker? I don't even remember what store I got this in. It looks like I cut off the tag. I'm going to say I probably paid around $4.50 for this. And I'm going to price this probably at $32. And the last item is a skirt I fell in love with. I wish I had some way to wear this. I would keep it. I don't even know if this is my size. 4. That would be tight on me. So this is Edme and I can't even say it, E-S-Y-L-L-T-E. It's an Anthro brand. I'm not sure how we're pronouncing it. I've picked up this brand a lot. I've never Googled how to pronounce it. Beautiful silk skirt. has a sheer chiffon. It has a sheer chiffon, try saying that. It has a sheer chiffon overlay in a floral print. I paid $4.50 for it, and I'll probably get $40 out of that. So this is my video for today. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and go out and get what's yours. And thank you to you for being on my channel and
Thanks
for all
for
of your
having me.
editing. Just know, guys, that I have to film for like 2 or 3 hours for Lisa to be able to produce a video for me that's like 20 minutes long, because I say I'm a lot. I'm still making a mess of it, but we're still doing it. So thanks again for watching, and go out and get what's yours. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.